Technological difficulties. Sorry, guys. Hi, everybody. I'm Taylor. I'm sorry I'm running around as I called in. Actually setting up for our teaching kitchen here at UPMC Williamsport for tomorrow night, but I'm at the YMCA. Um, we're so glad to have you all. I'm very excited for you all to join us for the conference. FMEC is an incredible organization. I usually tell my quick story about how I found family medicine because this conference was a huge part of it. I actually originally intended to be an orthopedic surgeon. You'll see I have a scalpel tattooed on my arm. And I had actually been part of a project with St. Luke's Family Medicine Residency Program. Shout out to the rural program. And they took me along to this conference called FMEC in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to do this presentation. I'll get to put it on my CV and I'll be an orthopedic surgeon and everything will be dandy. And then I showed up, and honestly, the amount of passion and love I felt at this conference truly just made me realize that I have been a family doc at heart all along. Um, and that was my first real stepping stone into my transition to family medicine. And now I'm a third year chief resident here at UPMC Williamsport. And I've had the privilege of being on the board for FMEC and trying to kind of help be a liaison between the organization and residents and students. And I just love to come out and tell you guys the story and how great this conference is. I think if I could give you any advice when you guys come for the conference, it's take advantage of every opportunity you have while you're there. The residency fair is incredible. Try to stop and see as many programs as you can because you'll learn about places you didn't know even existed. But also, all of the sessions are like top notch. I learned so much every single year. I'm really, really excited to see you all. And please just let me know if you have any other questions. Was there anything specific you wanted me to talk about, Scott?
No, great.
Beyond that?
We love having Taylor on the board, and she is a great steward for the meeting. And just happy to have you join us and talk a little bit about your experience. If you, I sounds like you got an event going on, so if you have to drop off, that's fine. But thank you so much for joining, and everybody should look for Taylor at the meeting on Friday. So, well, thank
Thanks,
you, and
thanks, Taylor.
let
Of
me.
course. I'll stay on in case questions come up along the way, too. I'm just going to turn my camera off.
Sure, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start the presentation. So welcome everybody again. If you joined a little bit late, I'm Scott Allen, the CEO of FMEC, and we're happy to have you tonight and happy to have you join us at the meeting. The theme of the meeting is from vinyl to virtual, rocking innovation and amplifying health. We've picked up on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, and we will be having an event there on Saturday evening. So hopefully you're all staying over for that. Um, so during the meeting today, if you want to introduce yourself in the chat, what your name, what school you are, what year, and if you also have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat or at any point during this, just unmute yourself and we'll have time at the end for you to unmute yourself and ask some questions. Couple of things about the FMEC, just to make sure everyone knows who we are. We're kind of a unique organization. We are a catalyst, convener, and incubator that connects family physicians and other stakeholders to improve the health of communities. We have 14 states and DC in our region. We primarily focus on academic medicine, and we have an annual meeting that brings about 1,000 people together. Our region is on the screen. It's pretty much the Northeast US, so from Ohio to the east and the Virginias to the north. And we really work on a couple different primary goals. One is to help medical students find their way into family medicine, to promote it as a career option and to give you some educational experiences in family medicine. We work with the residency programs on two fronts, really. One is to help residents accomplish their scholarly activity, to help them figure out what their career is going to be after training. But then also we work with the faculty and the program directors to help them just improve their program, meet ACGME guidelines, do all the things they need to do to be a really strong family medicine residency program. We also, outside the annual meeting, we do some quality improvement collaboratives around different clinical topics like breastfeeding, but also around things like faculty development. So there's lots of ways you can work with us. We are, as I mentioned, a regional organization. Our most common equivalent would be the Society of Teachers of Family Medicine, which is the national organization, but we are specific to the Northeast region. We have a lot of fun at the meeting. I hope you'll really enjoy your time there. These are just some pictures from last year. and we will have a great time again, I'm sure. I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer now, who's going to talk a little bit about the specific scholarship that you've received to come. So, Jennifer, take it away.
Okay. So what does your scholarship cover? As you remember, you pay the $28 application fee. That covers your application and also gives you an FMEC student membership for 1 year. It covers your annual meeting registration, all conference provided meals and breaks, 2 nights in the hotel if you requested them, as well as everybody will be sharing a room unless you have requested a private room with me personally. Admittance to the residency fair both nights and all academic programming, one-on-one support from the FMEC student coordinator, myself, and also this pre-meeting orientation. Travel to the conference, as you know, is not covered, as well as parking. So you might want to do some research before you get on site about where to park. Where is the meeting? This year's meeting is at the Huntington Convention Center in Cleveland, Ohio. And the hotel where you are staying is actually connected to the convention center. We're only using one hotel this year for the students. You're at the Hilton Cleveland Downtown Hotel. I am making all of those reservations for you. There's no need for you to call the hotel. If you've requested housing, I've put you in our student block. And it's very simple. When you get to the hotel, you just go up to the regular hotel check-in. They have your name on our student block. They will ask for a credit card. Heads up, you do have to have a credit card to secure the room, just for incidentals that may happen, but all of the room is covered under our master.
Great.
So yeah.
And
Okay.
I'll just say, having been there, that hotel is fairly recently remodeled. It's beautiful. You're gonna have a great time. There's lots of lounges in the hotel to connect with each other after the meeting. So you'll have a nice place to stay. And the convention center is fairly nice too. It's not overwhelmingly huge, and we will be in a pretty easy to identify area. The schedule, just this will be in it's on our website. It'll be in emails we send you before the meeting. Really, what you need to focus on, if you've registered for a pre-conference on Thursday, great. We'll love to see you at the pre-conference, but I know most of you will either be getting in Thursday night or Friday morning. Friday morning, September 19th, the sessions start at 9 and they're pretty much hourly, 9 to 10, 10:15 to 11:15, 11:30 to 12:30. I know some of you will be getting in late. Don't worry, just show up, get your badge, and jump into whatever session you can. Lunch that day is the opening plenary. We do provide, so for meals, Jennifer mentioned these are all included. We do provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Friday. And on Saturday, you get breakfast and lunch. And then we'll have a reception at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with some heavy hors d'oeuvres, but it's not quite dinner. So if you're going to make plans to go out, either Saturday night would be the night, but we try and cover your meals for all the other times. So Friday afternoon, opening plenary and lunch is at 12:30 to 2. Then there's more sessions. And then there is the residency fair the first night on Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then we're done for the night. On Saturday, breakfast discussion tables start at 7 a.m. More sessions in the morning. Lunch that day is a little kind of on your own. We have bagged lunches, and then we'll have the poster session. So many of you are presenting, so you'll be at your poster. We also have clinical camp tables, which are hands-on demonstrations, so you might attend those. And you can visit the exhibits. So 2.5 hours there, you kind of float around with your bag lunch and do what you want to do. A couple more sessions in the afternoon, including the closing plenary session. And then the residency fair day 2 is from 4:45 to 6:45 p.m. Usually that's the end of our meeting is 6:45 p.m. But this year, because of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, we do have an event from 7:30 to 9:30 there. So people have been asking, should we eat before or after? You can kind of do either. But we will have some hors d'oeuvres at the meeting, at the reception. Couple things to know about our meeting, because every meeting has different program formats. Ours are a little confusing, but everything's in hour blocks. If you want to go to a workshop or a seminar, those are 1 hour, one topic, 1 hour. And then all the other sessions are an hour, but there are multiple speakers within that. So research and quality improvement sessions are 30 minutes each. So there'll be 2 of them to a 1 hour block. Lecture discussions are 20 minutes each. So there'll be 3 of them to a 1 hour block. Papers are 15 minutes. So there's 4 of them to a 1 hour block. And then we have a couple hours where we have some short clinical success stories or power stories that are very short. So when you look at the agenda, you can kind of figure out, well, maybe I want to go to a workshop here and deep dive into that topic, but then another one, I want to go to a lecture discussion because I can see 3 different talks in 1 hour. Also pay attention to the track listing. Every session has been given 1 to 3 tracks, and that code, the key, will be in your app. It'll be in the program book. So if you're really interested in maternal and child health, you can sort the programs by maternal and child health in the app. You can scan the codes in the printed program. So that's just a couple things about how to navigate and plan your sessions. You can do this in advance. We will send an email the week before the meeting to everyone that's registered, including you, explaining how to download the app from the App Store or Google Play. The instructions are on the screen, but we will be emailing them to you. And the app, I'm sure you've probably used these at conferences or events before. Really handy to get real-time information. We'll post if things get canceled or changed. You can connect with other attendees and speakers. You can search for topics or speakers. You can rate the session, so we will want you to complete the evaluations. So watch for the email about the app. Couple of things just to make sure you have them on your schedule, partly because you'll get fed at these events, but Friday lunch, we have Gary Leroy speaking about unnoticed wisdom. Chrissy Alexander Rager is speaking at the Friday dinner. She's actually the CEO of the Metro Health System in Cleveland, so high-level health system leadership, but she's also been an FMEC president and volunteer for many years. And she'll be talking about health system leadership and the importance of having family physicians and other primary care providers at those levels. And then Dr. Lou Edgy, will be speaking on artificial intelligence at the Saturday afternoon plenary, which we know has been a topic a lot of our members have wanted to hear about. Again, 2 opportunities to visit the residency fair for 2 hours each time, Friday and Saturday evening and afternoon. So make sure you have nothing on your schedule so you can be there. It's crazy busy, but it's a lot of fun. And we will have 99 family medicine residency programs at the residency fair. We last year set a record. We had 102, and we're almost made it this year. They're almost all from the Northeast U.S. We sometimes have 1 or 2 from other regions that come, but you'll really get to meet more than half of the residency programs in our region. If you're presenting a poster, you have gotten some specific instructions about that, and we'll get more before the meeting. Plan to set up your poster if you're in poster session 1 on Saturday morning from 10:30 to noon. And the posters will be in the grand ballroom, the same room the plenaries are in. You'll find the big poster boards, and they'll be numbered, and you'll know which number is yours. So if you're in poster session 1, set up that morning. Poster session 1 will happen from noon to 1:10. And then take your poster down so that the poster presenters for session 2 can set up quickly and be there from 1:20 to 2:30. Bring your own supplies like push pins and scissors and tape. We will have some, but we don't have enough for everybody. And then everybody needs to have their posters down no later than 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. The poster presentation area is a 4x8 corkboard mounted on an easel. And you'll have your number from the printed program. And if there's any other questions about posters, please put them in the chat or ask at the end. I'm going to turn it back over to Jen for the next couple slides.
Things to know. Registration will open at 7 a.m. on Friday, September 19th, and it will also be open Wednesday and Thursday for early arrivals. The hotel check-in is 4 o'clock p.m., but you can check to see if your room is ready early. They will have a place to store your luggage. If you've requested housing, you don't need a confirmation number. All you have to do is give them your first and last name, and they will have you on our student block. Just go to the regular registration. Again, they'll ask for your credit card, but your room, the lodging costs are on our master bill. This is very important. Please be aware that your roommate may check in later on Friday or even not check in until Saturday. Most rooms do have at least 2 students in them unless there are last minute cancellations. Again, if you have secured a private room, this does not apply to you. And again, it's no problem if your room is not ready. Please don't bring your luggage into the sessions. The hotel will have a space designated for you to hold your luggage until your room is ready. Thursday night stays, those are not covered by your scholarship award, but we did have some, I believe now we may not have any Thursday nights available. You can reach out to the hotel to see if any have opened up, but those are typically not covered by your scholarship. Again, parking is not covered, so I would really highly recommend you get online and figure out where to park for cheaper options rather than the convention center and the hotel. Dress is business casual. We want you to be comfortable. Wear comfortable shoes. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. Also, be flexible. The opportunities to network with other physicians in the hallways and going from session to session are invaluable. We want you to make sure you really appreciate those chance encounters and don't be afraid to chat between sessions and start your networking. Students of all years are welcome to attend any session, and you will notice that sessions are coded as S. Those are for students. And the residency fair, again, happens both Friday and Saturday.
I just want to reinforce what Jennifer said about networking and not being afraid to make conversation. I think the faculty and the residents who are there love the experience of talking to medical students and helping them figure out what's family medicine is like and what they might be interested in. Yes, there are sessions that are coded S, which meant we think they're of interest to students, but that doesn't mean those are the only ones you can go to. You can go to everything. Every year we get students coming up to the registration desk saying, what am I supposed to go to, or what am I allowed to go to? And we want you to go everywhere and do everything, ask questions. If you really want to talk to a doctor who did a certain fellowship or is doing some kind of certain practice or expertise, come to the registration desk and we will help you connect with somebody. This is your 2 days of opportunity to just soak in everything you can about family medicine.
I actually met one of the faculty members at my program in the coffee line in the hotel at FMEC that first time I went. And that was the connection that made me come do a rotation in Williamsport and end up here. So genuinely, the interactions you have are invaluable.
Great. So the programs I mentioned, there's 99 at the residency fair. The full list of programs will be in the app and also in the printed program. We'll also be providing some additional information about them specific to international medical students and whether they interview them and handle visas in the app. There'll be a document in there. Couple things about the residency fair to make it more fun for you all. You're going to get a door prize card for each night you're at the residency fair. And if you just have to have 5 programs, sign the card, turn it in at the end of the night, and we'll be drawing for some gift cards and other prizes both nights. So you'll get instructions on that in the app and in the communications at the material, but that's a good way to maybe get a little bit of a prize. In terms of what questions should you be asking and how to make the most time of your time there, there are some resources from the AAFP that we want to make sure you are familiar with. Many of you probably are AAFP members or at least know of the resources, but the American Academy of Family Physicians has some pages up for you about why choose family medicine, and also some questions to ask at your interviews, but also at these booths, just things to think about before you go. If you really want to get some more information on that, just shoot us an email, Jennifer or myself, and we can connect you up with somebody who could talk to you about how to approach a residency program at the booth. There's also some kind of things not to do, but I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. But if you want to talk more about that, we're happy to connect you to some resources or ask questions now. And then here's more things that are at the AAFP website that you might want to familiarize yourself before the meeting in terms of questions to ask faculty and program directors, things about advocacy to ask, things about procedural skills to ask. So lots of good resources from the AAFP. Just a couple last quick things before we open it up. If anybody has questions, what should you do on site if you have questions or problems? The registration desk will be right in the middle of the session rooms in the hallway in the foyer, and we are there for anything you need. Just come ask, and if the person there doesn't know, they'll find the right person to answer your question. Again, even if you are interested in something very specific, like I want to talk to a doctor who's in a rural program, or I want to talk to, a faculty member who specializes in HIV or something, we can find the right people for you. After the meeting, we will be asking you to just share up right briefly a little bit about your experience. We do have a lot of donors who help support our scholarship program, and they love to hear how it was for you and what you learned, and did it make you more enthusiastic about family medicine or not. So you'll get something from us asking for that short report. And then we hope you'll stay, if you're not already connected with your family medicine interest group at your school, we hope this will encourage you to do that. If you don't have one, hopefully you have some supportive faculty members who are helping you figure out family medicine. And we'd encourage you to join AFP if you're not already a member.